I'm going to show how to replace a bathroom sink faucet. Ensure that the new faucet matches the hole pattern of your sink. Underneath the sink, you should find hot and cold water supply shutoff valves. Turn them clockwise to close them. Open the hot and cold taps to ensure that the shutoff valves do work. Above the water shutoff valves, you're likely to find flexible water supply hoses. Remove them. I recommend that if the supply hoses have not recently been changed, you replace them. They are relatively inexpensive, and on each end of the supply line is a rubber gasket. That rubber gasket is what seals the connection and prevents leaks. Over time, that rubber can deteriorate and can cause a leak. Place a towel in the bottom of the vanity and turn the nut counterclockwise. On the old supply lines, you might find that the connections corrode and they won't turn. The new ones spin freely. If this nut won't spin freely, the whole supply line will try to turn instead of the nut. If that's the case, then try working on the other end of the supply line. That connection may spin freely. You'll find an adjustable strap that connects the faucet lift rod to the pivot rod for the drain plug. Disconnect the lift rod from the adjustable strap. If you're not replacing the water supply lines, then you only need to disconnect them from the bottom of the sink. It's likely that you'll need a basin wrench to disconnect the supply lines and the plastic nuts from the bottom of the faucet. Use the basin wrench to turn the nuts on the water supply line counterclockwise. Remove the nuts that hold the faucet onto the bottom of the sink. Turn them counterclockwise. If they're plastic, you may not be able to grip onto them with a basin wrench. You can buy a special tool to remove plastic nuts, or you can make your own from a piece of PVC pipe that you may have laying around the house. I have a video that shows how to make the wrench and some tips on how to remove plastic nuts that may be stuck. I'll put a link in the box below this video, or you can click on the channel name, Know How Now, to find it. After both nuts are removed, lift the faucet from the sink. It's likely that the new faucet will have a gasket attached to the bottom of it, or it may have a separate gasket. Slip the gasket onto the underside of the faucet. Place the faucet and the gasket onto the sink top. Turn the mounting nuts clockwise onto the threaded shanks. Turn them until you meet a little bit of resistance, but you can still move the faucet. Place the lift rod into the faucet. Ensure that the faucet is positioned that the lift rod can be pulled up and down. Then position the faucet so that it's straight and evenly on top of the gasket. Hold the faucet in place and hand tighten the mounting nuts until resistance is met. If the faucet is installed in the vanity, you'll need another person to help. The idea is to tighten the nuts hand tight so that the faucet is secure. Don't over tighten them because the plastic nuts can break if they're over tightened. Push the pivot rod into the down position to open up the drain plug. Put the faucet's lift rod in the position where you want it to be when the pop-up drain is open. I'm holding mine in place by using a piece of painter's tape. Slide the end of the lift rod onto the adjustable strap and hand tighten the nut. If needed, adjust the position of the lift strap. Remove the painter's tape. There should be smooth mechanical action. Test the pop-up drain. Tighten the nut on the lift rod with a wrench. No need to over-tighten it, just snug it up. Connect the new supply lines to the bottom of the faucet. Just hand tighten them and snug them up. All you have to do is compress that rubber gasket. The do-it-yourself basin wrench tool should also fit on these. Turn on the water supply. I hope you found this video helpful. A thumbs up is always appreciated, and thanks for watching.